Look, FC Bayern Munich is a very French team, huh? Benjamin Pavard, Lucas Hernandez, and Frank Ribéry, the FC Bayern legend. We are a very French team. Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Bayern have apparently just signed Tanguy Kouassi from, I don't even know how to say that name, hard name. What up with these French players having some impossible to pronounce names? It's crazy, but Bayern have apparently signed him, center back. I'll talk about him because I've been watching highlights while I was creating the graphics for this, but seems like a good prospect, apparently highly rated by PSG, but he wanted to leave for game time. And actually, I was like, oh, he's probably just from their academy, like one of those kids that just goes straight into our second team. No, the guy is actually featured in first team PSG. Why are you telling me I'm lying? I'm actually telling the truth. My light is flickering. Telling me I'm lying. Again! Damn it! But he's actually played a lot of minutes for PSG and their first team and performed decently. Actually getting 2 goals. 2 goals right there came from playing in the PSG first team in Ligue 1, which is a crazy statistic to have. I mean, it's not super crazy for him to score in Ligue 1, but it is what it is. I mean, this guy looks like a real baller just from the look of him. I mean, he looks very, very clean, and I'm glad the club assigned him. Now, I'm not exactly sure why. If we were looking for Upamecano, I guess this would be our alternative to Upamecano since we didn't sign Upa and we were convinced we were going to. This guy's younger. He's probably looking he looks like what our system would look like if you watch him play. Very fast, very decent, composed. If you think of Ibrahimo Konate, he just has those traits. The strength is on him as well. I think he's really, really good. I think as a defender, he's composed. He looks like he can play CDM as well. So Bayern, reportedly we're looking for a center back that can also cover a CDM. This guy can do both. So this is an interesting signing. It's not like a world-class signing. This isn't Leroy Sané. This is a typical Bayern Munich signing. A player that no one really wants, no one's looking for at that much, and then he'll probably just become world-class. Now, what this means for Lucas Hernandez and Boateng, it means that more likely than not, Jerome Boateng will leave. This is our replacement for him. Because Niklas Süle comes back, we need a backup center back that can sit on the bench and has a decent level of experience and quality to him. And this guy seems to have it with PSG playing in the Champions League for them as well. So we'll see. This isn't like a hype signing, like I said. It's not a world-class signing. It's just a good player for free. It's a good talent prospect. He could be crap, but he also could be good, like extremely good. And then people will be like, oh, this Bayern player will cost nothing. And then he'll be here for 10 years and just balling for us. It is what it is, though. He looks like a very decent player. He looks like he could be that dominant center back that people think we need, like a Koulibaly. I forgot how to say his name. Koulibaly. And those kind of center backs, the Boatengs when he was in his prime. Dominating, winning everything, don't get passed, don't get dribbled past. He looks like that kind of guy, but not exactly sure what this means also for our youngsters, Chris Richards and Lars Lucas Mai, who have been looking for their opportunity, rarely getting a lot of bench time, but this guy seems to be to the point where he caught Bayern's attention, and Dortmund were actually in this race too. So we beat Dortmund to a youngster, which is crazy, because Bayern aren't known particularly more than Dortmund are for bringing up youngsters, although we do it. But Dortmund have been known for taking young players, molding them into world class when they're like 23, and then selling them on for a big fee and making a lot of profit from them. And we haven't been that club, and we won the race. So it looks like he's joining, and it looks like a decent signing. Like I said, I don't know what happens with our young players. Now, outside of this guy, outside of that fact, what does this mean for Lucas Hernandez? Bringing this player in, if Lucas, come on. It does mean there's a few things that you could consider. It does mean there's some confusion in the squad now. It could literally open doors for us to sell Javi Martinez and Jerome Boateng. But not only that, I think Lucas Hernandez will go, wow, they're signing a center back that's not going to get injured every 5 games. Let me try and move. I don't know. This is just speculation, but apparently This guy is a proactive defender, so that means he's ready to be active. He isn't a diving, aggressive defender, which is why his strengths aren't aggressive, nor his weaknesses. He's actually a very composed defender. Think of a Virgil van Dijk. He just gets in when he needs to, proactive, but pretty passive, to be fair. His strength is his actual strength, physical strength, bigness, his toughness, actual strength. So that's very nice. Aerial duels. I mean, this is very important for a center back. He's 6'2", so he should be winning headers. I'm 6 foot, and I don't think I've lost a header. I mean, I'm not playing against players that are 6'4", and I'm playing against players that are majority my height. So I'm 6 foot tall here. I haven't lost a header. I counted, okay? And I go a lot of duels, so you need that in a defensive position. So as a center back, you need to be like pouncing on these headers, and since I said he could play CDM, he could do that job for us where he sits between our center backs as a CDM and he's just winning headers, and Kimmich and Thiago can control the tempo of the game. Maybe he is that kind of player. Maybe that's what Bayern brought him in. Passing, very, very good for a center back to be good at passing. He tries 1.8 long balls per game, which is about 2, so he's actually very good in terms of getting on the ball, and he's confident enough to try these long balls. Like I said, he's almost like a Virgil van Dijk. You can think of that. He won't be making and flying around with tackles, but he'll be nibbing the ball off, clearing the ball easily. He's very, very proactive at that, passing especially. Tackling, very good thing to be. I put that in there because it just needs to be. I looked at his highlights. He looks like positionally, he's very good. He doesn't slide tackle as much as you think. He's more of a, relax and then get the ball, make a simple tackle, simple challenge. So he is a proactive defender in tackling, but not really. He's more passive, if I'm being honest, but his tackling is good. Concentration, very different thing here. His concentration is his biggest weakness, which for a center back, he does need to improve, but that comes with age. He's young. He's trying to experience things, but this is a Bayern signing. This is a typical Bayern Munich signing, right? It's not gonna cost any of us 100 million. He isn't coming in, and we all have this hope for him. Alphonso Davies was signed, and I think I was the only one to ever make a video saying he'd be good as he is, and he is. Shut up! I made it. If you go to the old Bayern now, you'll see it. But this is a typical Bayern signing, a youth prospect that's not really getting the play time at their club. He's going to come in, and in the next 2 years, you're slowly going to start to see him. I think if he's joining us for free and he had the option of Dortmund and some other clubs, AC Milan were apparently interested, then I think surely there has to be something in there about playing games. Surely Bayern is going to have him on the bench every single weekend, because free signings typically have a higher wage bill than an 18-year-old in your academy. They'll have a higher wage bill because they're free. They could have gone anywhere else, but they chose you for a reason. So I think there will be play time in this. He'll definitely play games. I mean, especially where it's a DFB Pokal game that's against a third in the Bundesliga team or second in the second Bundesliga team. These are things that I can see him getting minutes in. Champions League game at home to some Basel teams, to some crap Netherlands teams. So, he could get minutes then. I think this is genuinely doable, and he will get a chance to prove himself. I think he'll probably play for Bayern too as well. You're not exactly sure. I mean, these are signings that Bayern do, right? We'll sign our players that we need this summer, but this is a typical Bayern signing. You don't have the money to be spending on an Upamecano because you don't necessarily think he deserves the money. He gets injured a lot. So you sign Tanguy Kouassi, who isn't that guy, but he could be. But, it is what it is, though. Somehow Bayern have won the race for a free signing that's a youth prospect. I'm actually still surprised. So he'll move to Bayern this summer on a free, which is a very nice deal. Look, PSG, I don't know why they let him go, because I thought they were looking for a center back. They were looking for Lucas Hernandez. Maybe this could be PSG's route to getting Lucas, letting us sign this guy. I don't know. I mean, actually, they couldn't let us sign him because he has a contract that expires. So technically, he's not their player. which makes a lot of sense. So it is what it is. This is a good signing for Bayern. To match today, this should come out a few hours after the match is over. It's an important signing as well because not many clubs can say we signed Kouassi before he became world class. I can't wait for what he has to do. I'm gonna keep watching highlights because that's how I am, and that's how you probably are. So thank you everyone so much for watching this. Welcome to the club, Tanguy Kouassi. I'm gonna have a hard time saying that name. I need a ready to tango Kool-Aid. Oh no, ready to tango ready to tango. FC Bayern Munich, ready to tango. See, Tanguy? Yeah, Tanguy, ready to Tanguy, ready to tang big guy. I don't know, I'll figure it out and I'll come back to you with his name. I mean, we have Leonardo da Vinci Goretzka, we have Thiago ready to tackle God Cantara, we have Kimikino, the German Xavi, we have Benjamin Pavadinho. I coined that. People think they made it. I made it. We have... Who else do I have in names? Sven not Ulreich. Oh no, Sven not alright because his name's Sven Ulreich. So I said Sven not alright because he's crap. Who else? Thomas Mourinho, 100% Brazilian, 100% German, first player in history to be the same thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a lot of names. Robert Balondowski, Robert Pawandowski, Robert everything. Think of any good word. Robert Strengthdowski. I don't know. There's everything you could associate with Lewandowski. But I mean, there's a lot of names. Corentin ready to tango liso. Oh my God, that's the best one I think. Corentin ready to tango liso. Oh my goodness. Thank you everyone so much. Mia san mia and peace.